Hello, I'm Brutii and welcome to part 2 of my fair mod campaign on Rome Total War as Carthage. If you didn't see last episode, that's where I mostly talked about what the fair mod is and what it's about, but a quick recap is basically a mod which has had lots of different features added to it, but basically it's to balance out Rome Total War, to make it a little bit fairer, and also to make it a little bit more difficult and challenging, and sort of to see the game from a new perspective. But as I said, you can have a look in the description to see the link to the mod where you can download it, and it also says, you know, in greater detail about what's included in the mod, and also you can look at the last episode to see what I had to say about it so far. But anyway, as Carthage, we've done pretty well. We've taken Syracuse and Messana, but we did lose Thapsus to some rebels. I basically left it ungarrisoned, and a very small rebel force took it. It was a little bit embarrassing, but these things happen. We have got a small army ready to take it back though. Now, in retaliation to us taking Messana, a relatively large Brutii army has come over onto the island of Sicily, and I was thinking, well, okay, we've got to go and take those down, but honestly we haven't got a huge amount of force in Syracuse, and I was sort of thinking about this, and I thought maybe it's best not to attack the Brutii yet. We could probably get a decent garrison up in Messana, plus we're building walls, in time for them, so if they attack us, we can defend. Because I don't want to throw this force away. It's not a very big force anyway, because, yeah, we could defeat the Brutii. In the meantime, the Brutii could be recruiting, and then they can come back over and do the exact same thing. It'll be a cycle. Rather than doing that, I'd rather go and possibly snipe off Croton, or I can't see the other settlement. I've forgotten what it's called. Possibly Termon. I can't remember now. But either way, the other settlement up here, snipe one of those two settlements off would make a lot more sense to me. And then hopefully we can keep Messana as well, which I reckon we can because we're recruiting. There is a Greek army, so sort of similar thing, but it's only 2 units, so it's nothing too much. So I honestly think there's not a huge amount more we can do this turn. I'm going to not bring the town militia. Actually, no, that'll be fine. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is all we can do. Cordoba's relatively safe, and it's got 2 generals in. It's kind of a shame that they're all the way over there, but that's what happens. Caralis we had from the beginning, alongside Parma, but again, can't really get the troops over. Carthage is relatively undefended. These guys are going to move towards Thapsus, so yeah, I think that is all we can do. Then we're going to get this navy, which is slightly depleted, but it should be good enough, around over to Syracuse to get these lads onto the Italian mainland, as it were. So let's end the turn and see what happens. Okay, the Brutii have besieged Messana, not too surprising. Now, this puts a slight spanner in the works because this navy has been attacked by the Julii. 8 to 9 strength ratio, we really need to win this. Ah, defeated. Okay. Not the end of the world, but it's quite annoying. We'll have to recruit from Syracuse. Spain have put Cordoba under siege. Right, okay. Okay, that's all rather interesting. Yes, it is indeed. So 2 settlements have been besieged, yeah, we know this. End of turn report. Largest faction is us, yes, of course. Well, I say of course. We've taken a few territories. Construction complete, yes, that's all good. And then, of course, war is going to be declared, yeah, that's what it is there, between us and Spain, which I didn't want, but, you know, these things happen. So first of all, we probably now need to recruit a ship from Syracuse because it's going to take too long for this boat to come all the way around. It has got 1 person in the army, but it's nothing much. So first of all, Syracuse needs to recruit a bireme. Hopefully that bireme can get to the mainland in 1 turn, otherwise this ship is going to cause a bit of a threat, but we'll have to deal with that. So we can't move these troops off Syracuse. Again, I could move them up to the Brutii, but it's going to take them a couple of turns to actually besiege us, in which time the walls will be done and we'll have some more troops. So definitely recruit some Iberian infantry. Unfortunately, that's all we can recruit, but that's fine, and we'll just have to cope with what we've got. Now, as for over here, I'm pretty sure that is a big enough force to take on Thapsus. It is now 4 units of garrison, so it was only 3 last turn. But, I mean, we could move this guy over. He can get there in 1 turn, so might as well. But either way, you get over here. I think we can probably take Thapsus this turn because there's no walls. That was the problem. For some reason, I didn't build walls. So they have 2 units of peasants and 2 units of town militia. So we definitely have the stronger force. So let's retake Thapsus very, very quickly. Yep, no siege equipment required, of course, there's no walls. Okay, so here we are. We definitely have the stronger army. It's a 2-to-1 strength ratio. So I think I'll probably just auto-resolve this because, you know, thinking about it, I just want to get on with fighting the Brutii. I don't want to waste my time fighting some rebels when we have the stronger army. So, clear victory. Yes, indeed. We had less men. We had way better quality troops. We took a few losses, probably more than we would have taken had we actually fought it. But, you know, time is important and we've got to just occupy the settlement again. Retinue expands, that's all good. Now, you can probably head up back to Carthage, to be honest. So you get on your way. And you guys can just stay, it's fine. Now, so the important bit was really getting the troops from Syracuse over to the mainland, but there's nothing much we can really do. There's no... Ships ready. You know, we're just going to have to wait until that one ship comes over. Gets recruited in Syracuse. But we can still recruit, so we're recruiting in Messana. Syracuse needs to... Like, everyone needs to be recruiting, is the important thing. So, yeah, you come over here, because you're going to be recruiting next turn. And Lilybaeum can recruit as well. They can recruit, even if it's just town militia. Something's better than nothing. What agent have we got in here? Spy. Probably should get the spy... Actually, no. Get the spy over here. He's going to be important, I reckon, in seeing what's in the mainland. So, yeah, you do that. And you can get on the ship next turn. Now, another big issue, relatively big, is the Spanish have betrayed us. Captain Ortzi, 4 units. One of them's town militia. And I basically got rid of some of the units in Cordoba because they were a waste of wages. Now, although I'm not too bothered about Cordoba, I don't particularly want to lose it, and there are 2 generals in here. So, first of all, let's get some walls up. I should have done that earlier, and then just get some town militia, and that'll be fine. Yeah, we probably should have got roads in, but we'll do that. We'll do that, hopefully, after the city is defended. Now, Parma, walls aren't that important, so... Yeah, shame about these units. I really need to get a shipwright or something. That's not, you know, a port, but nothing I can do. So I think we're just going to end the turn, to be honest. Yeah, we'll end the turn, and then we'll get the troops over to the Brutii territory. That's when the fighting's really going to start. Okay, end of turn. The Julii looked to be moving slightly, I think. I don't know what that was. The Greek cities are talking to us. Time to end the bloodshed. Bloodshed. They want 5,000 denarii. I'm fine with a ceasefire if that's what they want, but we're not giving any money for it. No. They don't really understand, do they? Okay, I will give them... I'll give them 1,000. And that's just to get them off my backs. But not 5,000. That's not happening. Ceasefire. Oh no, I don't want to demand 1,000, sorry. I want to give them 1,000. They definitely won't accept that. No, don't want to offer a settlement. Right, single payment of 1,000 denarii. That is the absolute last offer. Bear in mind, the Greeks aren't too much of a threat to us anyway now. No, 1,000. The AI rarely negotiates like this. They normally just refuse to accept your offer, but they are seeming to negotiate. We will give 1,000 denarii as a final offer. No, no deal then. We're still at war with Greece. That's fine. They haven't got much in the island anyway. We can cope with whatever they throw at us. So, end of turn report. Most advanced factions probably us. Can't even be asked to read it. Probably should have read the faction announcements. And war declared between Armenia and the Seleucids hasn't got much to do with us. So, firstly, we've got to get the ship over to the mainland. Right, so I've basically worked it out, and I've realised we're not going to get enough movement points to get everyone over. I don't know, there's one thing I can try. I'll try doing this very quickly. So move the ship over here. Everyone over. Basically, I want everyone over apart from the Numidians. One set of Numidians. Now, we need to... Here we go. Yeah, we've got just enough movement points if we move the ship first. The ship can go over here. Because if they didn't get off the ship, this ship's going to be attacked next turn. And it's going to sink. And then we can't afford to use this army. So now we can see Croton. And we can see that Croton is relatively undefended, which is good stuff. This guy can come over here as well before he sinks. And this army can just chill here. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we've now got 2 armies near Croton. We can probably reach there next turn, I would imagine. Yes, in fact, he's already heading over. And you can head to join your friend. Good stuff. So they're heading towards Croton. That's great, because they've basically got nothing in there. Are there any mercenaries available? No, that's a shame. But I think, you know, unless they've got a massive army out of nowhere, bear in mind that's probably their main force, we should be fine. Now, this navy's pretty much screwed, but it's served its purpose. So just head out over here as far away as you can, while also being able to see a bit of Croton. This ship's probably also screwed by that Scipio navy. So if anything, just come over here as far away as possible, and so you can get as much vision, obviously, as possible. So that's all fine. Now, Syracuse isn't happy. We'll sort that out very quickly by lowering the tax rate. Oh no, we'll just get a trader. It's fine. They'll be fine. And we obviously need to recruit, which we are doing. We probably need a navy as well. So, yeah, we'll recruit. Actually, town militia I'd rather have. Town militia and then the bireme. That's all good. Shame we couldn't get this spy over, but you know what? It's fine. We can cope with that. Now, as for this situation, well, it's pretty much the same because the Spanish still haven't attacked and we're still recruiting, so nothing much we can do there. As for these lads, well, we could possibly get them over. Any good mercenaries? No. We could probably get this guy over. So in Carthage, I want to start recruiting some ships to get some biremes in production. And they can go over to Sicily or possibly the mainland very, very soon. But otherwise, again, I don't think there's a lot more we can do. We can retrain some of these lads. And, oh, we should construct a wall. Learn from our mistakes would be a good idea by constructing a wall and some town militia. Other than that, again, not a lot more we can do because everywhere's recruiting. So yeah, I'm going to end the turn and then we'll go and attack Croton very, very soon. Right, let's see what happens. So yeah, the Julia have attacked one of our navies, not particularly surprising. And that's why we wanted to get our ships, you know, the troops off the ships before the navy's attacked us. And there's a Greek navy over there as well. So we've been attacked by the Spanish before we could get the walls up. Right. Let's see what army they've got. Scutario, I think they're pretty much the same as Spanish mercenaries as far as I can tell. But now their missile attack is insanely good. So because of the mod, they're great. Basically, they're really, really good units. Town militia, obviously, skirmishers. Yeah, and the town militia. Okay. Well, we'll have to just cope as best we can. Let's see how this goes. Right, the thing I noticed a second ago was we have a lack of infantry, which, you know, normally what I do, if there was one ram, and there is only one ram, thank goodness, is just clog the gateway up with infantry and then we'd be able to stand up to them. But it is only cavalry we've got and 2 skirmisher units. So, first of all, let's just move all these guys out of the way so I can actually see the situation. Honestly, what I'll probably do is get these 2 lads lined up here. Oops, lined up here. More like that, but thinner. No. Oh my goodness. Right, that'll be fine. Yeah, like that. And they can stand there. They're gonna have to guard their position. They're not skirmishing. They're firing at will. So as soon as they open the gates, bam! Loads of arrows and rocks and javelins and all sorts should be hitting them. 1 general either side. Hopefully, preferably facing sort of the right direction. That's a bit better. And you over here. And they will just have to get 2 really good charges in. We'll have to hope that's what we can do. Probably won't put them in the firewall yet. I want them to start firing once the gate is opened. Right, so they're at the gate. And imminently the gateway will break down. Like so. So now you guys can fire. Now, what's the first unit that's coming through? Yeah, these guys are the strong. Oh no, those are the skirmishers, not quite as strong. Still, our skirmishers are going down quickly. Now, these guys have come through. Town militia, they're decent. They haven't come through properly yet. Once they come through properly, that's it, right. Attack. And attack. And the generals can just go back and forwards, charging into these lads. That's all we can do. That's all we can hope for. That's it. Oh, that's a little bit uncoordinated, but whatever. That was a terrible charge. Like, abysmal. Oh dear. Right, get back. And get back. I want a good charge in this time from both of you. These guys aren't going to be able to last for long. Obviously, fire and missile. Sorry, yeah, melee attack. You need to get in there quickly. units getting there quickly. I think we might possibly lose this because of a lack of frontline infantry. Our generals are our only hope. The skirmishes won't last for long. They've done relatively well so far, but they're not going to last that long. How are we doing on the old percentages front? Pretty even so far. I don't know if we probably should get our generals out and then keep slamming into the side. It's probably our best hope. I mean, there's a nice big gap there at least. There's even more units coming in now, so you go in. You go in. Hopefully these charges bring a few of their men down, lower their morale every time we hit them. But the general's bodyguards are going down quickly. It's a relatively close battle so far. It's basically a matter of who breaks first, and I have the feeling we're going to break first. I just have a bad feeling. Because they're still relatively strong, they're still eager. And that's some strong missile troops, I can tell you that for nothing. In we go again. They got slightly caught up on some lads, which is unfortunate. So did they. We're not getting very good charges in, probably because the streets are narrow and we haven't got a long run up. I'm going to speed it forward because honestly I don't think there's a huge amount we can do. Right, get back. And get back, especially as he's really dying. I don't mind if the generals die too much, just want to keep the city. It's not a priority keeping the city. It's not hugely important. The important settlements are in Sicily, but I'd like to keep it anyway. It's just more tax revenue if anything. And for pride, I think we are going to lose this. We are slowly being worn down. Okay, all 4 units just need to attack. Like so. We'll speed it up because I think the inevitable factor is that they're just going to overwhelm us with the infantry. One of our generals is down. Yeah, they've stormed. I reckon it's a crushing defeat. I mean, I think that's a bit harsh, but you know, we didn't have the troops in Cordoba, and that's possibly my bad. But it's not a system I prioritised, which is why that happened. But fair enough. The Spanish have done well. They are reuniting their peninsula. Whatever. That's fine. We've got much bigger priorities than that. These things happen. Faction announcements, construction, recruitment, and diplomacy. Diplomacy is Dacia and Macedon allies, Macedon Assyrian allies. Good for them. Right, I can just see a massive Brutii army. Oh, I feared this. Yeah, that's a huge Brutii army. Right, I honestly don't think we'll be able to take that down. In which case I want to take a risk and go for the other settlement. I can't remember what it's called. It begins with a T. It's either Termon or something. Yeah, I'm going to move in this direction.
Out of moves, great lord.
Start moving in that direction.
Onward.
Over to this settlement, whatever it is. So, yeah, hopefully this guy just doesn't attack us. He could quite possibly attack us next turn. The problem with the Brutii is they have so many strong, you know, they have so much of them. The Romans, they almost cheat in the amount of units they can produce. But you know what? Hopefully the fair mod will balance that out a little bit, so it's not too difficult fighting the Romans. They still haven't attacked Messana, talking of the Romans, of course. So we just need to continue to recruit, which we are doing, which is good. I don't know if town militia would be better, but they're just terrible in the old attack and defence. And these have excellent morale as well, so we might as well. The walls are nearly constructed, so as long as they don't attack us this turn, we should be fine, which is good. What else? Syracuse is continuing to recruit, but yeah. We need to get some troops over from Carthage, don't we? 2 generals. Yeah, 2 generals. Definitely can get them over. So you 2 get on that ship, and then this ship come over here, like so. Now you will head towards Syracuse, but you can pick up some mercenaries because we're going to need mercenaries at this stage. So yeah, you do that. We've got a lot of money. And then what you can do is Syracuse needs to be continuing to recruit biremes, and then we can get these 2 generals over to the mainland. That will help the effort against the Brutii, of course. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, other than that, Carthage is unhappy. Well, we can't really blame them, so we'll lower the tax rates and we'll get them recruiting, because they need to continue recruiting anyway, so yeah, stuff like that is all good. Okay, I'll sort out the taxes and then we'll just end the turn again, waiting for something to happen, really. Right, everything seems to be done, so I reckon we are ready to end the turn. Let's hope the Romans don't attack, because we're so close to finishing off those walls. We really need them, to be honest, we really, really need them. So here's the Brutii. Yep, and of course straight away they attack just before we could construct the walls. Oh dear, that's terrible timing. So we have 455 men, Amulius Brutus has 578 men, and they are the better troops. For example, Astarte have solid infantry, 2 generals, we haven't got a single general, Equites, 2 Weletes. We'll do our best out here. Let's see how this goes. Right, so here we are in Messana. Now, looking at the Romans, there's a lot of them, of course. 4 rams, which is going to be very hard to defend 4 breaches at the walls. So I'm possibly trying to work out where we could just choke them, get them centralised at one point. And I'm thinking this main street, because I predict everyone's going to charge down this main street, meaning that we're going to have to try and choke them there, to be honest. So, front line of Iberian infantry right here. Good strong unit of Iberian infantry, backed up by some town militia, backed up by another unit of Iberian infantry. That's a relatively strong force to try and get through. That's not easy to try and get through all of that. Tightly compacted. Good luck with that. We also have the elephants, who can't quite get here. Okay, they're here. And then we have 2 skirmisher units. Now, and possibly, I mean, if a unit flanks around here, which they could do, then it's going to be very difficult to defend that. No, it's alright. We'll just have these guys here. So, 1 unit of Rhodian slingers next. And then 1 unit of skirmishers. And then the elephants can come here. That's all we can do. Start the battle. Everyone, hold your ground. You guys shouldn't skirmish. And you can fire at will. Elephants want you to get here. This will only work if everyone goes down the central street, so we'll have a look. Okay, they're at the front gate. And indeed, they look like they might be going down this front street. I really hope so. Okay, a few units have skirted round to the, well, their right. Yeah, and including these Astarte. That's not good. That's very bad. Quite a few units have gone round here. There are still quite a few units that are going to charge into this mess. Okay, well, we'll just have to see how it goes, really. Lots of green. Okay, some of the units are backtracking down the street. How many have actually gone round the side here? There is still a unit of Astarte that have proceeded to go around here. But okay, we can deal with that. I hope. Astarte are strong units, though. Now, as for these lot, they're going to get caught up in this mess. Look at all the green. There's still some units going around the side here as well. There's quite a few units to get through, but there's a huge amount of green supporting them, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, they are very slowly pushing us back, which isn't good. It's imperative these units don't break. As for what's going around on the flank, we have got the elephants that can support whatever's coming around here. There are probably units coming around here, though, very soon. Yeah, Astarte over here. Elephants want you to charge into Astarte. That's not the right way, lads. That's it. 13 elephants charging at you, that's not what you want. Okay, the town militia are going down quickly. They're suffering like hell. Okay, the unit of the Roman general have come round here, meaning they're not flanking, but that's a lot to get through. How are the elephants doing against Astarte? A decent job, I would say. Yeah, very decent job. Okay, that's good. The town militia are basically down. Alright, 2 skirmish units need to just get involved in the melee now. That's it. You just need to push forward. Right, the captain's dead, that's not good. All the elephants, of course, it's the captain that dies. Right, the Astarte are basically down though, which is really, really good. So then we can get the elephants involved over there. 26, 25, just get these Astarte to break. 22. They're very, very slowly grinding Astarte down. As for over here, Brutii are very, very slowly grinding us down. The town militia are gone. They're no longer a thing. And this unit of Iberian infantry is suffering. Oh, there's just too many Romans. How are we doing? Pretty much similar amount of kills. We need to get these Hastati down. They're down to 9. They're shaken. Let's pause it for a second. How are these Hastati still? Wow, they're brave old lads, aren't they? Okay, they're down to 8. You know what? Screw them. We need to get the elephants involved. Elephants, come over here. Support your lads. Right, we're getting severely pushed back here. Town militia, you need to get involved as well. If we could cause a mass rout, we possibly should have got the elephants around here into the flank, but it's going to take them too long, I think, now to do that, unless they were really speedy. The layout of the town doesn't help. They'd have to travel quite a long distance to get around the back into here, by which point we might have broken. So just charge in the front, you know. This lot started over here, so they've been pushed back a decent distance, which isn't good. The elephants, hopefully the charge of the elephants will give them some support. It's a shame we haven't got the general for the horn. The Brutii I have, for goodness sake, there's literally 6 Hastati on the plaza. We'll leave them for a second. We'll make sure it doesn't get down to 0 though, because this is the main problem. Okay, the elephants are doing a decent job again. Good old elephants might save the day. Both armies taking catastrophic losses. Huge losses. I think the elephants are trampling more of our own troops than anything else, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, he's down. The Roman general's down. Great news. That's really good. 2 minutes until these 6 Hastati claim the plaza. We'll make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, a Roman unit's routed. Don't know what they are. Equites, of course it is. This might be the turning point. We just need a couple of units to rout. I don't know what these 6 Hastati are doing now. They've routed. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, so we don't have to go back onto the plaza. They need to rout off the plaza, please. Yeah, that's it. Okay, another Roman unit's routed. If we stay strong, we still have a decent amount of units. Enemy general fallen. Yeah, that's Aulus Brutus. Great stuff. Okay, what they got left? 80, still 80 Hastati. 26 Weletes. 55 Hastati. Another 55 Hastati. Still a lot of men to fight against, but the majority are down. The elephant's done a great job, but they're pretty much gone now. There's only one left, and he's routed. Yeah, and he's dead. Okay. Come on, we just need to get these 3 units down. It's not looking good, admittedly. We've lost quite a few men recently. Both 59% killed. Look at those units routing. It's beautiful, but we need to get these 3 units routing, and they're Hastatis. They won't. We'll speed up a little bit, because it's a long, grinding fight. We're just getting overwhelmed at this point. Okay, they are now killing us at a faster rate than we're killing them, which isn't ideal. Their start is still relatively strong. The Weletes are still standing, which is amazing. We're just not quite strong enough. No, we're getting slowly grinded down to the last man. We've got a relatively similar amount of kills, and yeah, as I said, both sides have taken a huge amount of losses. It's just a shame we didn't have one unit of cavalry that could just charge in right now, rout all these Brutii, but there we go. Yeah, and these guys have been incredibly brave, but they are going to rout very soon, because they're not on the plaza. There's one unit, there's one town militia, you get involved as well, mate. That's it, good old charge. Stab some Romans. Okay, they're gone. I mean, these guys are still standing. There's about, what, 40 of them left? Okay, one of the Roman units routed. That's the Weletes, I'm guessing. Oh, two of the Roman units routed. We just need to get... Oh, we routed at just the wrong time. 34 Weletes and 15 Hastati. Come on, lads. Focus on these Hastati particularly. We can actually do this. Come on, you routed. Now get back. Now get back. Get a good charge in as well. Oh my goodness. They've literally... Those units are routed just at the right time. Come on. It's looking slightly better now. You need to get a good charge in. That's it. You routed. Oh my god. You might actually win this. Everyone now needs Weletes and we've actually won it. I cannot believe that. These units were so brave. Run. Run, lads. Get on these Weletes. Oh my goodness. We literally have nothing left. I think if we get these 32 Weletes down with these lot, we might have just won it. This is going to go literally down to the last man. My goodness, this is intense. It's looking much more even now. We won. Wow, that honestly is one of the most incredible defences I've ever done. We had less troops and inferior troops. Most certainly end the battle. That was vital. We had the braver men. Close victory, you can say that again. But what a victory it was. We have managed to keep a Messana. Wow, I'm astonished. I honestly didn't think we'd be able to do that. We got knocked back like 50 yards. That's maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but maybe not. We kept getting pushed back. But that Brutii army's gone now. Talking of Brutii armies, here's another one. Okay, so we have been attacked by the second set of Roman Brutii in the south of Italy. And to be honest, don't really want to fight them. Now, I know we just got an incredible win against the Brutii, but this is a step too far. 300 less men, and they're better quality troops. So I'm going to try and back off. Right, candidate for adoption. Now, he died. I don't know how he died. He withdrew. Right, okay, that army's dead. I don't know what happened to that army. That is the remnants of that army, and it's somehow come over here, back over to Syracuse. It went back on this ship. Oh well, okay. That campaign didn't work very well. We have to build up. Yeah, that was pretty disastrous, to be honest. Okay. What mercenaries available? No, you're terrible. Okay. You come over to Syracuse. We need to build up a force and then attack the mainland properly this time. So, end of term report, faction announcements, diplomacy, Spain and Gaul. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. We withdrew and then everyone died. I don't know. But, we'll be fine. So, instead of recruiting Byrenes, because we do have two now. Oops. Syracuse needs to start recruiting troops like round shield cavalry, although they're terrible. Maybe just town militia would be better, to be honest. They actually need to construct some decent facilities like barracks, I'd say. Yeah, let's get some barracks in. Now, Messana needs to repair its walls. Right, no, the wooden walls are about to be constructed anyway. We'll retrain these two troops. And then just retrain Iberians. And then construct a port would probably be best after that. Paved roads would be nice, but let's get a port. Now, as for Lilybaeum, they need to be doing the same, just recruiting. Even if it's a town militia, we just need troops at this stage. There's a ship here. You join these lads. That's it. That's a decent naval force. Carthage, what do you have? Nothing much. Possibly could go and collect these troops at Carolus. Oh, this is the terrible troops. What have we got in Parma? We have got a general, 2 Rhodians, and a town militia. Oh, it's going to take too long. It's just going to take too long to collect them and come back. It's not worth it. In which case, we need to... Thapsus isn't happy either. Lower the tax rate quickly. But yeah, Carthage. Now, we have a lack of troops. Literally just 1 town militia. Okay, well, we can't get any troops over from there. And we are recruiting, so that's fine. Honestly, don't think there's a lot more we can do this turn. We need to just build this force up. and then get these guys back over to the mainland to fight those Roman Brutii. I mean, Croton's undefended, it's just that there's the wandering Brutii army that's around. But this is a pretty decent force, what we've got here. So, I say that, it's not that good. 3 generals is nice though. I tell you what, we will get those mercenaries, even if it is just peltasts.
Forward.
Oops, get into Syracuse, man. Okay, now, is there anyone from Messana that can come over? Not really. And Lilybaeum, it's going to take too long for you to get over. Unless, I suppose you went by ship. You come over here. 2-town militia. Get on the boat. I can't even see the boat now. Alright, they're over. Yeah, again, I don't think there's a lot more we can do, but we're going to get these troops from Syracuse over to the mainland quickly, and then we're going to form an offensive against the Romans. Let's hope the Romans don't attack Messana again, by the way, because we might not be able to hold out this time. So, the Romans haven't done anything as far as I can see. The Greeks are talking to us. Ceasefire for 4,000 denarii. No, look, 2,000 is the maximum, okay? I've doubled what I said before, just to get you off my backs. 2,000 for you to go away, essentially. Yes, whatever. Goodbye. Alright. Good, good. The Brutii did something there. Let's have a look at that. Right, okay, their whole army is on that ship. We need to get that navy out of the way. Now, I won't have enough movement points to move all these guys onto the ship and then take it down, so we need to just take the ship down. We can't move these guys over yet from Syracuse. I don't think we'll be able to take the ship down. What I mean is push the ship out of the way. So you go over here. Push this ship out of the way. Surely we've got to win this. Yes, close victory indeed. Okay, we've pushed them away slightly. Now the ship needs to head back towards Syracuse, like so. You guys go into Syracuse. So yeah, this army can't quite move over yet. It's a shame, but there you go. So we're just going to have to recruit even more. And then we'll move the guys over next turn, which is fine. As for Messana, same thing. Now these 3 units, honestly, I'd like to get them back over onto the mainland, but I don't think we'll be able to. Right, honestly, is there anything more we can do? I don't think there is. I will work out what buildings I want to make, and then, yeah, we'll end the turn. Okay, that's all done. Let's see what happens. So, okay, I don't know what happened with the ship that I got rid of or pushed away. Nobody's attacked us. Our port is being blockaded. That's great news. Okay. So we've got lots of money, which is a good thing at least. Largest faction is possibly us. Honestly, doesn't really matter too much. Now, obviously, we need to get these guys out. What have you got? 22 ships with good experience. Oh dear, it might be another turn before we can get out of this stupid Syracuse. Alright. We've got to win this. Oh, clear defeats. No way. Oh, for goodness sake. So we still can't get out of Syracuse. Absolute madness. And now they've got better experience as well. Right, you come over here. Oh, now, okay, right. Fair enough. Lads at Syracuse have to stay there one more turn. Right, and now you can't move because this Greek army's here. Oh, oh, why is everything going wrong? Okay, fine. Fine. I give up sometimes. Honestly, I'm so mad. I'm just going to end the turn right now. Nothing's going right today. Honestly, it's been absolutely mad. So, I'm ending the turn. Screw this. Alright, let's see what happens. We've been attacked again. Fine. Yeah, just sinkers. Average victory. Okay. That's the one we win. I don't... Fair enough. By the way, referring back to the mod, I haven't mentioned the mod in a while. The naval battles are a lot more important. So that's a thing that he said to me. So I should have actually been recruiting a lot more naval forces earlier. And I've already noticed that the navy's a lot more important. So yeah, it's very interesting. And it's different. It's good that it makes they see more of an important aspect of the game rather than just all fighting on land. So that's quite good. End of turn report. City expands. Carthage. We'll sort that out in a second. Largest faction. New family member. Construction. Recruitment. And war declared. Greece and Macedon. Fair enough with me. Is this the ship with the army on? Yes, it is. 32. Oh, we just... See, 32 with experience is better than all of this. If only we had more ships. You know what, we need to get this navy down. We really do, so I'm going to take a risk and fight these guys. We'll see what the ratio is. It's relatively even. We could win this. Clear victory. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's a clear victory. So now... Right, so now we push them nearer to us. Oh dear. Right, we'll keep an eye on them. What have they got? 9 ships. Come on, we need to... If we can sink 20 men, that'd be the best thing that's ever happened to me. All of you over here. Literally everyone attack the next turn. Now, as for Syracuse, can you still not move? I don't think you can get back on... Okay, so you just come here. I really wish this Greek army would go away. We need to recruit one more turn. At least we can get Iberian infantry now. We possibly should get a ship, but we'll get the ships over from Carthage. Right. Is there anything more we can do? Probably not. Spy can come down here. He's going to join this army. Messana can recruit more. Right. I promise this next turn we are going to get the troops over to the mainland and we're going to fight someone before sinking this massive Brutii force. I really want to take a settlement this episode. It's been a lot of going back and forth, trying to, grinding victories, but this needs to be the turning point where we really start to push against the Brutii before it's too late, really. So we'll end the turn and we'll pray something good happens. Okay, let's see what happens. Nothing much so far. The Greeks don't do anything. Numidia? I haven't even kept an eye on Numidia. I really should have, to be honest. Right. End of turn report. New family member. Construction, recruitment, and war declared between Britannia and Gaul. Let's use this combined force to take out this Brutii. You over here. You over here. Surely. Clear victory. Yes. They still have their ship. No, they don't. Oh my goodness, I think we sunk them. We just sunk 20... Yeah, that's mad. We just sunk 20 units of Roman madness. Okay, right. Units get here. Or more like here-ish. See if we can get these troops over in one turn. So you two... Oops, you two. You. All of you lot. Onto this ship. Like so. Now I would like you to join, but I don't think you will be able to this turn. So you get in the dock. You get in the dock. Oh, you can't quite join him. Wow. He's not going to be able to get over in time. So disembark here. Here we go. This is a lot better. And now there shouldn't be a big old Brutii army to destroy us. So meaning Croton, with its 3 men, are relatively vulnerable. And we can get some Samnite mercenaries. Yes, we'll do that. Now that's a decent force. So head over to Croton. We're going to take that next turn. When I've got the ram, so not actually next turn. And you can head over to Messana's port. Right, good stuff. You get into Syracuse for a second. They're not particularly happy, probably because most of their army's gone. So just get some Iberian infantry in. Right, okay. We're finally getting somewhere this episode, which is good stuff. Now, rather than recruiting, Messana can recruit some biremes. And over here in Lilybium, honestly, just leave it. Carthage is doing its thing. I'm going to end the turn again. And then we're going to attack Croton. Hopefully, and get that. We couldn't quite get the spy over, so we might not. It might take 2 turns to take Croton, but you know what? We'll cope with it. Okay, let's end the turn. Now, unless there's some Brutii army that comes out of nowhere, doesn't seem like they have, then, honestly, we've destroyed 2 big Brutii armies this episode. You know, we haven't made a lot of progress in terms of taking land, but we have destroyed a lot of Brutii force. End of turn report. Large. Is it ours? No, it's Gaul. Who would have thought it, eh? We've barely got any map information, by the way. I've really been bad on the old diplomacy front. Construction, recruitment, and diplomacy. Egypt and Seleucids are at war. Seleucids and Scythia are allies. That's weird. So, first order of the day is obviously attacking Croton. So let's go over there. Get Croton. Okay, put it under siege. We'll build 3 rams, like so. Okay, that's good. That's really good. We're going to take Croton next turn. That's the last thing I want to do before this episode ends. Now next up, I want to get this general and these. So you two, I want you to get over to the mainland. So you come over here.
Yes, mighty lord.
Syracuse, you two troops, not you. You get on the ship.
Onward.
Plus, and they're not too unhappy, which is good. Plus the spy. Head over to Croton.
Yes, mighty lord. All ashore. Sire.
Like so. Alright, that's good. You know what? If we lift the siege slightly,
My liege.
the spy might be able to
Attack.
infiltrate the city. Very unlikely, but we'll have a look. It's where... Oh, I just click maintain the siege. Lift the
The
siege.
siege is broken. My
You
liege.
get your spy
My eyes
over to Croton.
leaving the troops,
Okay,
seeing
now
and seeing.
you come over as well.
Orders.
Oh, you can't. Whatever. You attack.
Sire.
And the gates are open. Oh, look at that skill. Okay, that was a little bit lucky, but whatever. Honestly, we could just wait until the ram comes over, though. They're going to be right at the front gate. We'll give it a go, and then if it works successfully, which it should do, look at that. We have the stronger force. If we manage to take Croton, that will be the end of the episode. Now, I can see from the map that there is the other settlement, of course, with a small force outside, but we've built up a lot of force. Yeah, as I said, this episode, you know, it's been a bit frustrating in many senses because we haven't made a lot of progress, it would seem, but we've taken down some big old Brutii armies. Really, really good stuff. Right, here we are. They haven't even got proper walls. What kind of Romans are you? So, the gates are open, which is good stuff. Now, probably I want the... I didn't even look at what troops they had. Probably the standard Roman units, of course. So, you two probably go here because I want you just to fire some javelins through the gate first. Now, the hoplites are good. So, hoplites can come here. The cavalry is going to be useful. Town militia won't be. The Iberian infantry and you guys just chill over here for a second. Start the battle. We're not going to use the town militia. So what's at the front gate? I can't see. Equites. Well, we know what to do with Equites. Get the hoplites in. Absolutely. So that's going to take a while for them to get over. Oh my. I find it funny how these spears don't actually destroy your own troops. Look at that. You would think somebody's getting killed. I know they've got their shields down and stuff, but what the... No... Oh dear, that's funny. But anyway, yeah, Equites hopefully will be destroyed by the hoplites. Right, here we are at the front gate. Now, the phalanx isn't going to be hugely effective because we are going through the gate. But, you know, who leaves Equites guarding the front gate? I don't even know. That's madness from the AI. It's good for us, though. Look at that. We've finally got a decent force in Italy. So, yeah. Get on those Equites. Right, now they should go down relatively quickly. Yeah, they're going down a lot quicker than us, which is good. Can't believe they had Equites guarding the front gate. That's brilliant. They probably have a real lack of units. Let's try and see what they've got. I can't from over here. The Equites have actually done a decent job. They've taken down at least half of the hoplites, which isn't good, but you know what? It's fine. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Okay, the Equites are finally routing, which is good. So, hoplites, you've probably done your job, and there's only 18 of you, so you can get out of there now. Right, I want to see what else they've got, but I can't, so we'll definitely need the 2 cavalry. You guys are going to be useful, and you will probably be useful. Probably you as well, so all of you enter the city, please. Right, and I want all of you to advance down the main street, please. Now, first of all, the Peltas can do a job. So what have they got exactly? They've got a general, yeah, Tiberius Brutus or something. Equites aren't that great. Well, you can skirmish around the general first. Right, Samnites, you're good against cavalry, so you come here quickly to defend your ground. Okay, the Peltas didn't do a good job. Yeah, the Peltas is a bit stupid. My bad, I shouldn't have put them that far front, I suppose. Right, not exactly sure what's happening. The generals retreated around the corner. I don't know what the Peltas are doing. I said get back. Don't skirmish. Get back here. You stupid. Oh, and you as well. That's my bad. You bad. Right, come on. Both of you get back. Samnites can do a job against the cavalry. Oh dear, a lot of Peltas lost their lives there. Now the Samnites, I believe, are effective against cavalry, which is good. Of course, because we're fighting cavalry. So the general doesn't seem to be going down, but neither do we. Okay, the general's going down slightly quicker than we are. What can I use as support? You can come in and support. Okay, this is going to be a long grinding fight, so I'll cut most of it. The pelt has to come back in. What are you doing? Ah, dear. Oh no, okay, fair enough. What's happened? The Equites have attacked. Right. Will all of you come over and get the Equites? And there's probably one of these units can do something. So, you, for example, come over and hit the Equites. Fair enough. I thought they'd gone back in to fight the general. I was like, no, but... no, that's fine. Okay, I say that, he's now dead. So not anymore. Tiberius Brutus is dead. Yet the Sand Knight's been quite useful. Better than the Hoplites have been, actually. How are the old Equites doing? Not particularly hot. They're now dead. Okay. Basically, once... oh no, wait. What have we got here? Oh, 4 Equites. And... oh, 80 Town Watch. Didn't even see that. Fair enough. Right, the Sam Knights are now going down fast, but so is the General. The Sam Knights have done a great job. Yep, General's now routing. Okay, Sam Knights, you've done your duty. Get back. 2 Generals. Probably could just hit the Town Watch and they'll be dead. And you can come over as well. Right, we're just absolutely surrounding them. Get the old war cry on. I don't use that enough. Absolute carnage on the plaza. We are going to lose a few of the bodyguard, but we can recover them. I'm not too bothered. Yeah, there we go. The Town Watch down. So we finally claimed a settlement. Finally, this episode. I probably will edit a lot of the recording out because it's been a very, very long session of recording. A lot of working out what I want to do. It's been madness, but I'm glad that we finally got Croton. And next time we can go towards Tarentum, I believe the other settlement is. So yeah, we now have the plaza, great stuff. That should be the end. Clear victory. Yeah, I mean, we took more losses than we could have, but to be honest, it's fine. We got the settlement, we can retrain the troops. Right, captured settlement, Croton. Never been happier to see anything. Exterminate the people. I have no time for Romans at the moment. So, yep, resistance indeed is futile. Now, the Tarentum has a couple of decent troops. It's all good. We can probably cope with it. So you can come into Croton next turn. Lower the tax rate to make them a little bit happy. Get some walls in. We'll learn from our mistakes. And also a temple of, yeah, whatever, Milquart. Now, we need to retrain these troops. That's the only unit that can be retrained, so you two can be merged. And we'll recruit some... oh, we can now get skirmishers, which we actually couldn't get anywhere else. We'll get some Iberian infantry in, though. And then, yeah, we'll head towards Tarentum next turn. So, next episode. So, it's been a long session of recording. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit tired, but what I can say is I am actually enjoying this. It's a huge, huge challenge, this mod. I will admit this. It is a challenge. It's a lot harder than Rome Total War, but, you know, I love Rome Total War, don't get me wrong, but one of my main criticisms about it is it's exploitable in many senses. You know, it's all about, if you're in a large battle, it's just about getting the mass rout, pinning the troops up in a large cavalry charge, and you're fine every time. This makes you consider the game a lot more, particularly in battles. The battles are longer, and they're more tactical. It's more realistic, as well as fair, of course, hence the name. So, yeah, it's going to be, you know, I'm having good fun with the mod. We're going to take the whole of Italy, that's at least my plan, and I want to explore some of the new troops the mod has in. I've noticed the gameplay is definitely more smoother, and next time I want to explore some of the terrain differences and stuff like that. There's loads and loads of features, so, you know, go and check out on moddb.com. But thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you all around.